Hey guys, how's it going? So today's video is going to be pretty quick. I'm getting ready to harvest my parsnips and I'm really excited about it because this is the first time I have ever grown parsnips. So it's also kind of an update because I did show you guys when I planted these. It was March 23rd when I put them in the ground. So I'm just going to share with you what I do know about parsnips. Now I'm not an expert by any means, but let me go ahead and show you a little bit of footage from when I very first planted them so you can kind of see how I prepped the bed. It's about 30 seconds long. And then I decided to come in with the tiller and work up this soil in the rest of this bed and plant the parsnips right here. I think this will be a good spot for it. I'm dedicating about a 3x3 area in the garden, which is a little bit hard since I know that they are going to have to stay there until next year. But that's okay. I really like parsnips. I think it's going to be a fun experiment since I've never grown them before. So it says to direct seed in spring and thin to 2 inches. So I've got 4 drip lines in here if you can see those. So I'm just going to do 4 rows and I'll seed them and we'll see how they do. But I did make sure to get down like 8 inches with the tiller, so it's really loose and fluffy, which is really important for root crops. And I'm gonna do the same on the next bed for the carrots. It also says right there that they can take up to a few weeks to germinate, so I can't be impatient. All right, so after that day, it did take between 2 and 3 weeks to see some action in here. I was out here every single day checking them, making sure they didn't dry out. And once they came up, I just made sure to keep them moist for a little while. We do have drip, and you can see that right here. In fact, let me move my shovel. I've got 4 lines of that soaker drip tubing, and we had these going off every single day. And in the summertime when it was really hot, they went off for 2 hours every single morning. So we kept everything pretty well saturated. When I planted them, I incorporated espoma, biotone fertilizer, and the compost. I tilled that all in. And then I didn't fertilize until about midway through the season. So it was like, I think it was maybe mid-June. Maybe end of June, I came out with some garden tone and side dressed all the rows of parsnips here. And that's the only other fertilizer they got. And I did thin them. I didn't thin them quite, I don't think quite enough. So I don't know how all of them are going to turn out. I did come out here though the other day. You can see right here, I dug a couple of them out like 2 days ago just to see what they look like. And one of them was massive. I took a picture of it to send to my dad because I was so proud of it. And he was kind of like curious as to how this was going to go for me because parsnips can be a little finicky, I guess. They're related to carrots. They're a root crop. And the only way that I utilize them typically is roasting them. I know you can use them in soups and stews, but we actually don't eat a lot of soups and stews. So we do a lot of roasted vegetables though. So anyway, I am excited to see what happens here. Now, the one thing about these is that the packet said to wait to harvest them until the following year, like between February and April, but I got lots of messages from you guys, particularly one from Don and Greg who live in Montana, and they also garden in Zone 5, and they told me that they've been growing parsnips for a lot of years, and they usually just wait till they've had a few really hard frosts, which is what helps accumulate and kind of intensify the sugars in the crop to make them taste better, and then they harvest them out. And so I decided to go that route because I don't want to risk anything happening to these. And we've had probably 5 nights in the 20s already and a lot of nights right around freezing. So I think they've had plenty of chance to accumulate their sugars. So since this is our first year, I mean, we'll see what we need to adjust. But anyway, I'm excited to see what comes out of this bed. So I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna just use my shovel here and I'm gonna try to be careful because these are growing quite deep. So it's gonna probably take me a little while, but I'll probably just line them all out here and we can take a look at how they look. Here we go. So I'm not concerned about saving the foliage. For being raised beds, this soil mix, like in this bed and the one right next to me, for some reason, these are extra hard. I don't know why. I need to be adding some more organic matter in there, some more compost, I think. They start like 2 inches below the soil surface here. Oh my, look at those. Aren't those beautiful? Oh, a couple of smaller ones. So I think this right here is a product of not being thinned quite enough, but the rest of these are looking great. That was about 10 inches of one row right there. So I'm gonna work on the rest of this and then we'll take a look at the whole entire crop and I'll get my hose out and clean them off too. Isn't that impressive? Aaron, look at this one. Whoa. look at this. They love each other. You guys, this is an amazing harvest. So long as they taste really good, like so long as I left them in the ground long enough, like I'm pretty impressed by what this little 3x3 area grew. This is overkill for my family. Clearly, like I can't go through this many parsnips before they go bad, so I'll be giving some away. But I did want to mention that I think the maturity on these from when they germinate to when they're ready is about 16 weeks, so it's a really long crop. But they're pretty. They're related to carrots and parsley, and they kind of have that smell too, and they looked really pretty in the vegetable garden. I know that really doesn't matter, but I like to have everything look pretty, even if it's in the vegetable garden. And my chickens will get a feast today because I'll cut all the tops off. I want to clean them, and then I want to get a weight just out of curiosity to see how many pounds, and we'll put it up on the screen, how many pounds this little 3x3 space grew. And then I'll let you guys know some other time after we have a chance to taste them, whether or not they taste really good. And then we can decide next year how or if we need to grow them differently. But I just thought it would be fun and interesting to show what happened through this year. I really haven't done any maintenance. They did not get any sort of bugs at all. I didn't have to treat them for anything. They were just extremely low maintenance, and I really like to have crops like that, because I just I don't want everything to be high maintenance. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go ahead and wash them, weigh them, and we'll let you know the pounds, and then we will see you in the next video. Bye. I have a feast for you today. I buy their affection with treats.